My professor actually told me this story the other day where there was this Boy Scout troop, and essentially they were saying that I am going to burn this penny over a fire. Very unethical, by the way. And he was saying that this was different times, but he's essentially saying that he's going to burn this penny over a bonfire, and then he's going to put this penny on his arm, on the child's arm. And so he asks the child to close his eyes, and then he pretends like he's getting the penny over the fire. Obviously he does not. And then he places the penny on the kid's arm. The next morning, the kid wakes up and immediately there are these welts on his arm, even though the penny wasn't hot at all. Why did this happen? Well, he wanted to share this story with us because he wants us to frame how impactful the power of belief is. There's this book called The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he essentially discusses the epigenetic research that explains how the things that we believe contribute to the physical manifestations of symptoms that we actually experience. And it's not to say that the physical illnesses and Western medicine, allopathic medicine, is not real, but there is a deeper explanation and more context around why these symptoms are happening. Now, why does this matter if you're struggling with chronic anxiety, autoimmune conditions, chronic illness in general? Well, we have a lot of understanding of how to manage these symptoms through medication, through lifestyle changes. However, if we are truly doing everything we possibly can, living a low tox lifestyle, eating nutrient-dense foods, possibly taking herbs, supplements, medication, whatever it is, and you are still noticing the symptoms are still flaring up, it is because there is a belief that is powering these symptoms for it to continue to persist. My autoimmune condition did not completely go into remission. It significantly reduced in intensity when I started to eat clean and reduce a lot of the toxins in my home and essentially eat the foods that we were meant to eat as human beings and cut out all the processed or ultra processed foods that I was eating. But it really wasn't until I actually addressed the repressed anger, the shame, and the grief that presented itself as anxiety disorder that I was actually able to not only resolve and put my autoimmune condition into remission, but also heal the anxiety disorder that I lived with for over 10 years.